Hi, welcome back to Loving's Guitar. Today, I'm doing more than just folding clothes because I think I have to make more use of my time, see? And so what I'm thinking is that while I'm folding clothes, I could, I don't know, discuss things that would have otherwise been maybe overlooked, forgotten, or unappreciated only due to having endured a course of time. Like living, kind of like what are these lessons that we learn. Like, yeah, like you've been folding clothes, right? No, but I think that I'm gonna stick to the guitar stuff because that's what this channel's about, right? I was figuring that I was. I think there is an importance that we're overlooking. If all those people that like to put a lot of pedals on their pedal board, I'm one of those people too. Okay. So when I say all those people, I'm saying I'm including myself. So if you're one of those people like me, I don't know. Oh, God forbid. All right, moving on. All right. So, all right. So the topic is it's all about the booster. And what I mean about the booster, man, you know, I had a question which I pondered, and it took a while for me to answer this because there's so much debate on this one particular question. And the question would be, if you what is okay, so eventually you're gonna have I don't know, 10 pedals. You'll eventually figure it's like, yeah, you'll get your 10 pedals, whatever those 10 pedals are. I don't care whatever order they are. But, except for one thing. You get the first pedal for the first 9 years. And then every other pedal until you get to 10 is added 1 year at a time. If you had that choice, what would be the first pedal you choose that you're going to have for 9 years now, all right? And remember, each year you add a different pedal, right? How would that order of preference and importance look to you? Well, and I think there is no right answer. However answer you choose this to be is your and that's the correct answer for you. Okay. So with me, when I pondered that question, what would be? You know what? It turned into just the booster, and it's not the delay, not the reverb, not compression, not an extra EQ, no delay, nothing, no chorus flangers, nothing. Like I said, nothing, except for one thing. If you had the choice of the one thing that you want to carry on for the longest amount of time from the beginning, as long as you can, if you could start that way, be the line booster. Just a simple booster. Just shut up and get a booster. First thing, if you don't have a booster on your board, on your pedal board, shame on you. Okay, I don't want to alienate anybody here, but then you're missing the point. All I can say is, that's how I feel, and that's how I ain't gonna change because I know how I feel about this. I've been doing this for decades. The importance of what that booster does. It's the most important, and it's the most subtle. For me, it's like you don't even know if it's okay. It's slightly on when you know it. I know it's on when I have it on because I do have it at a little louder of a level. But that just makes sure you're gonna get hurt. And that's if you're playing an electric guitar. See, if you're playing an acoustic guitar, it doesn't matter, man. You are your own amplifier and attenuator, everything. But when it comes to electric guitar, it's all about those magnets are catching underneath the strings that are vibrating above them, and through the plug and through a bunch of knobs and resistors and this and that and potentiometers. It gets to a speaker, but on the way there, we have to go through an amplifier. There's a lot of variables where shit can go wrong, right? Just looking for a bad way to make a bad sound, right? But over time you figure it out. You go, oh yeah, I could plug into this, I could plug into that. I know how to turn a knob. I could make it sound like what I need to make it sound like, regardless of what amp or speaker or what room we're in. Just shut up and turn the knobs to make it sound right. Period. But now you have to understand why you got there in the first place, and then learn from the people who know way more about this than me, I'm just a practitioner. I may stumble across, great things, which I find, I think, I thought everybody else knew. And then there's the things like, wow, fuck, I'm so glad somebody figured this out and taught me. But the line booster, that first booster, because whatever it is that comes after that booster makes whatever that is better. So you want a better reverb? Get a booster. You want a better delay? Get a booster. Want better flange, chorusing, tremolo, anything, all those anything after that makes everything better. Those things better. How about that? And that's not a lie. Okay, you know what? If you think I'm lying, then I'm lying to you. All right, I'm lying. I'm sorry. I apologize in advance. I suckered you into something, you don't have to spend an arm and a leg just to sound good. Just now, how you feel about your sound, that's for you to choose. And that's if you don't like your sound because you don't feel good about it, well, you're choosing that. The sound didn't make it. You change your sound. You got volume. You got tone. There's a lot of ways, But you know what? The simplest way is actually figuring it out. Figuring out what those tones. But you're not. There's a lot of things that are happening through that guitar. And one of the hardest things that's happening is just for it to be understood through a bunch of magnets wrapped in wire, listening to some strings vibrate up there, or actually feeling the magnetic resonance or whatever resistance. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. And it's just the variables can mount up. And now I think in today's generation here, we've taken for granted all of that stuff that was essential for us to understand how it all works, how it's all put together. And now it's all software. It's like AI this and that and things you can connect with your iPhone. That I have a feeling that the days are closing in where there'll be musicians, generations of musicians that will never have to plug into an amplifier again. That, maybe it's sad, or maybe it's not sad. I don't know. I think it's good if it makes more people feel better about themselves playing. It's even good if people, who are the audience, the listeners, they can appreciate that then. Does that mean then live music is unappreciated anymore? It could, but it could also include why live music is that much more valuable. Especially if, some cats are playing on this record you heard, and then you see them live, and man, they can play live, right? That's a bonus, right? That's always a bonus. But you know what all these pros have in common? There's so many of us, those people. They have boosters, line boosters. Yeah, you need to have your line booster, and that's why there's yeah, even in my when I'm sitting down, just hanging out, I say in my living room, and I have a line 6 amp, of course, this little spider, which is just it's just oh my god, it's anthemic. But I have another booster there too, so I have boosters just in every room. And does that need a booster? I tell you what, this one of the few amps, just it's that spider that is just doesn't require much. It's funny as it is. It's we've come so far, even and even that amp is light too. It's like I think it's a 65 watt so it's just so it's amazing. What an amazing amp. Does that need a booster? Okay, so now I could say that those type of packaged speaker amplifier enclosure get up gizmos for intermediate to pro even. I think that you could use those Line 6 spiders for as a pro. Why not? Why not? Fuck that. Just put a mic in it, on it, and let the yeah sound man deal with it. I'm sorry, sound man, because it's so processed already, So it'd be much better to get a better, clean, raw sound, something that the sound man can deal with, not overly processed yet, because everything's gonna be tampered down. That's how I always thought. So, like in all my bands, the line booster was the most essential piece of my rig, because the way my amp would explode. I had my 50 watt Marshall, and with the line booster, and I just used my toggle switch from bridge to neck pickup as an off switch. That was like my off switch, because I really didn't use my neck pickup so much. So, and then my line booster was on my PAF with my early guitars, and that's all I needed. So I just needed a line booster going through a Marshall 50 watt Marshall with 4 greenbacks. I had 4 greenbacks too. I still have it though. I still have that rig, but that's simple, right? And I was there. I didn't need Metal Zone. I didn't even need my fuzz box, which to me, I was always a big muff guy. But I always brought it really down, the amount of distortion. But I liked what it would do when you get it loud, and just like the combination. See, because remember, I always played loud. I had a 50 watt Marshall, and I played loud. I played almost pegged, pretty much. And then I had my line booster, So, and I had gone through a lot, but I think the one that I used the most, the one that lasted the longest, was a TC Electronics line booster. It was a line booster slash distortion, or plus distortion. And you can just hit a switch to go into the distortion mode of the booster. But I never used the distortion mode. I was just always in boost mode. And when I need to make sure that I wasn't going to blow up anything, I just shut off the booster. That's it. So I had my kill switch was is going from my neck pickup to my bridge pickup. Just it was one pickup on, one pickup off, and then I had the backup. Just hit the kill switch on the booster. But I still have a 50 watt Marshall full blast. Oh, the good old days. Well, that's punk rock, folks. And to tell you the truth, all the sound men I came across, they loved that I was just raw. I wasn't so processed. I was just fucking raw. And if you can keep up with me being raw, you're absolutely because I'm understanding. Because hey, listen, that might even the PAFs could go into crazy feedback. Everything going into feedback. So there was a lot of being conscious about you have a weapon, you can create feedback and make a lot of people upset. So now you can either use that feedback or if however you can, and then or not have it at all. Be in control of that whole audio experience that people are having. I like that, but of course, I'm being very conscious of everyone's ear. So even when I'm toggling on and off and making crazy sounds, it makes sense. It's coherent. It's packaged with the group. It's on stage. It's live. It's organic. It's an instant snapshot of an enigma. Oh, so I'm just saying, And where do we go? We can go a lot. We can go to a lot of places, but we have to start with the booster. That's what I'm saying, folks. If you're gonna get stomped, you want to stomp on. Well, yeah, a good kind of stomp. Like not like this kind of stomp. It could hurt, but unless that works for you, I don't know. For some people, that's the kind of stomping they like. I don't know. It's not everybody's ball of wax to be stomped in there. But well, you know what? Just wear your own shoes. The shoes. Oh, actually, just wear the shoes you like to wear. How about that? All right. Now we're talking about shoes. No, we're talking about boosters, folks. Boosters. Hey, thank you for. I didn't realize I folded all my clothes. How nice. Thanks. God, you guys are helping me get along my day. I'm so thankful. I feel like Mr. Rogers. If Mr. Rogers had a punk rock show, what would it look like? Would it be like, hi, folks, were you nice today? Can you say, what day is it? Monday. Can you say Monday? What happens today on Monday? And why is Monday sometimes like a drag? Like, oh, it's Monday. Why? Why? It's just Monday. How's Tuesday sound? How's Tuesday? Tuesday? How about Wednesday? What? I like Wednesdays. I don't know why. It's why not? Why not? Well, but today, you know what? This is me not being present. I apologize. Again, today is whatever day today is. I'm getting things done today. I did my laundry, and now I will be on my way. I'm on my way.